You are on this very planet that Chukwokika Biama created to his glory. We welcome you to another explosive exposition of the very fraudulent contraption, the very diseased abomination that the British created for the enslavement of the children of light. We have come to destroy. We have come to render asunder. We have come to decimate that very tower of darkness, that very zoological republic, that very cesspit of iniquity and of evil. We have come that the blind may see. We have come that the deaf may hear. We have come that even those who through no fault of theirs, but as a result of having subjected themselves to a very disastrous educational system in the zoo, they have become stupid. Here we have come to enlighten and to educate, without any apologies to anybody, without mincing words, without fear before our enemies, determined and resolute, indestructible, and the precipitous collapse of the zoo is inevitable, absolutely inevitable. The devil may try all it can. Those who go before them to peddle falsehood, those who go to work for them, those who are the workers of darkness and of iniquity, we can assure them that we are resolute, we are determined, and there is nothing anybody can do to stop this very invade as many times as you like, kill as many people as you like, propagate falsehood after falsehood as many times as you like, buy up every media space in the zoo, go and connive with people in the diplomatic circles abroad, eyebrow consultancy firm in the world, select some diplomats in the zoo and bribe them. Select those you send to the key countries around the world. None of these things you're doing is capable of stopping us. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you write. It doesn't matter the type of chatter you have behind our backs. All those things you're doing is a complete and utter waste of time, because Biafra must come. There is nothing anybody can do about it. That is why we preach this gospel. That is why we propagate this very message of redemption. That is why Elohim said that Biafra will come. You will not fire a bullet, but Biafra will come. Because Chukwokika has gone before us. And you will hear what will happen to the zoo in weeks and months to come. This is 1 year, 2020. They will never, ever, ever in their lives forget. It does not matter what the enemy does, is irrelevant. Buy over Twitter, buy over Facebook, bribe the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, bribe the US Ambassador to Nigeria, department in America. But there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you, that they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond, to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. They will buy some of you over. The spirit of Obabiasika and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we are doing. You can't. You cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwuokike Abiama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora-Eri, the same God of Owe-Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not to be nobody, the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off.
They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move.
We have tried to live in Nigeria designed by Great Britain and handed to us. We have found it difficult to live in that Nigeria. We have fought a civil war, killed so many people, and still we have the same problems reoccurring. Perhaps the time has come to revisit the very foundations of Nigeria.
Nigeria is an evil entity, very, very satanic. You want to change the narrative. It's IPOB, they're the aggressors. I saw some women, was it yesterday? Give them their Biafra. We don't want to die. Look at murderers calling other people murderers. Can you believe such nonsense? The Fulani leaders, you cannot win. You cannot defeat IPOB. You people were the ones that established many terror organizations in Nigeria in a bid to overwhelm the country and take over the territories for your Fulani people. IPOB became a stumbling block to that very janjaweed expansionist tendency. True or false? Am I lying? You were ruling Nigeria before, doing everything you like, controlling NMPC, controlling the seaport, customs, everywhere you were ever. Now, finally, because you felt that you subdued everybody else, now you can now march on with your foot soldiers into the east. Because you've taken over Yoruba land, of course, I know that very well. You came and we said, no, you can't come into this land to take it. Come and do your business and go. You said no. Now, because we defeated Mietiala, you now brought in police and army with official uniform, official badge to come and kill people. And I also want to remind Twitter, because they're listening. Twitter, please. Do you know that in the Nigerian army and police, there are terrorists there? Are you aware that Nigeria actively recruited terrorists, killers and murderers and rapists, and gave them army and police uniforms? Are you aware of that? How can anybody, Yoruba journalists, how can you people in your infantile stupidity refer to Nigeria as having an army or Nigeria police? Or where are those terrorists that they conscripted into the Nigerian army and Nigerian police? Where are they? People without shame, where are they? I'm asking you. Fulani, you want to change the narrative? Of course not. They want to put the blame of insecurity in Nigeria on IPOB. Can you believe that? Can you believe these people? Can you believe them? Can you believe these people? And luckily, as God will have it, they are slaughtering themselves in the north. But IPOB securing the east are the ones to be blamed for the insecurity in the east. There is a clip I want everybody to play, please. Who opposed them opened his mouth and said, I invited the army to come into Olo. There was nothing happening. Fulani, who opposed them gave Fulani land in Olo to do Ruga, Fulani settlement. And we said no. We drove the Fulani murderers and terrorists away. Who opposed them now invited his friends, his masters from the north, to bring in their army and heavy machinery into Olu to kill us. That was how all these things started. All of you have forgotten. Black people in this UG, black, you have all forgotten the Genesis. The same way that all of you that are blaming Boko Haram is a terrorist group, Boko Haram, what they're doing. But when Nigerian police were busy killing their leader and killing everybody else, all of you were just there drinking Fradununu. Doing betting on Chelsea versus Man U,
or Liverpool versus Man City. Nigeria army and police will go out and commit atrocity upon atrocity. All of you will be there, you keep quiet. Any day, those people out of anger rise up and retaliate. All of you baboons and monkeys will start writing rubbish. Do you know why? Because you have no conscience, you have no soul, you're a black person, you are the embodiment of evil. Is the truth. I don't care who bans whoever or whatever, I don't give a toss. I must preach the truth. Black people are wicked. By nature, very wicked people. That is why you forget the atrocities that your police and your army always commit. You forget. In a twinkle of an eye, you forget. Our army, our police. Now listen to me very carefully, please. You are blaming ESN, whereas it is the same Fulani terrorists masquerading as headsmen that are responsible for orchestrating all the insecurity in and around Nigeria. Fulani, you have Boko Haram. Fulani, talking about insecurity in the east. Hey. Whereas 91 people were slaughtered yesterday. Yesterday, they were killed yesterday. You have the guts. You people have no shame. You have the guts to stand up and be talking about insecurity in the east. And you're a senator from Kebbi State or Kebbi, whatever they call it. And 91 of your constituents were slaughtered. You didn't see it. You are talking about east. Fulani, who formed Boko Haram. Fulani, who formed ISIS in West Africa province, ISWAP. Fulani, who formed Miyetti Yala. Fulani, who formed Ansaru. Fulani, who formed these headsmen and bandits you claim are foreign. Fulani, who brought out murderers and killers and terrorists from prison and gave them military and police uniforms. It is you people. You have now spread them around the country, causing mayhem, abducting people from schools. These are the same place. Hi, these people. Fulani, you think everybody's as stupid as you are? You go, you kidnap students from their schools in the north, you get ransom, you buy more arms, you embolden yourselves. You have the guts to conduct a live press conference talking about insecurity in the east. Don't people have shame? Anyway, you don't. Who are the bandits, or should I say terrorists, taking hostages of school children and demanding ransom? Are they not Miyetti Yala, Miyetti, the chief negotiator? Who are the people destroying farms, raping and killing their victims daily around Nigeria? Fulani. Fulani. You know what? How they manage to convince some of you is what I find astonishing, despite the overwhelming evidence. How they green, white, green in front of you, but inside inside they're destroying you, but you don't know. Very, very sad indeed. It's very difficult to sound presidential or to sound statesman-like when you're discussing Nigeria, because the whole place is disgusting. Nigeria is disgusting. They never spoke the language that they're terror. Why don't you now come out and say the killing in Oyo State is bad? We are going to treat them in a language they understand. Why not? It's only in the East. And Yoruba journalists, they support this junk coming from these people. That is the reason why they come to your land and they massacre people. Because you support evil. Tinubu has to be president. You people are jokers. That Biafrans are not in IDP camps today or refugee camps is because of the immense work that ESN is doing. And for record purposes, please, ESN is in the bushes and forests of Biafra land. We are not out on the street. All of you trying your best to link ESN with unknown gunmen, you're wasting your time. If you want to know how unknown gunmen were born, go and look at all the atrocities of the Nigerian army and police against young people in the East. You'll understand that. ESN is inside the bush, making it possible for you to sleep at night. ESN is not and will never be unknown gunmen. And without myself excusing the activities of these angry youths that have had their relatives murdered by the Nigerian state, it is the same Nigerian police and army that are complaining today that brought this brutality and lawlessness. And I'll ask them again, what did those people do to you? Onisha, Emene in Enugu, have you all forgotten? Mbama River in Bayelsa. All the massacres you have carried out against young people in the East. What was their crime? What offense did they commit to warrant you to go to where they are praying and kill them? Nobody can answer that question. You think because you have money, you can bribe Reuters and bribe AFP and bribe Sky News and CNN and bribe the Yoruba media and all that rubbish. You silence us, you're mad, you are insane, you cannot do it. There is something called the internet. Even if you ban us here, we go somewhere else. It doesn't matter, our message will keep going. Our message will keep going. Nigeria will buy over every company in the world, and our message will still be passed down to the people that need it most. ESN is not unknown gunmen and can never be. But we know how unknown gunmen started. Every day you kill people and you go scot-free. Today they have gone to a Joffa's house. They have shot dead a young man there today. When his relatives rise up tomorrow, pick up arms and start killing police, you start talking rubbish. You'll be talking jazz from your stupid, stinking Zoom out. You'll be talking rubbish. Nobody has condemned the killing of a young man in Barrister Joffa's house last night around 2:30 a.m. In fact, this morning, early this morning. Have you written about him? Now, the family of that boy will be asking, what did he do wrong? Did he commit any crime? So his crime is that he's in Barrister Joffa's house and you killed him. Tomorrow, when his brother or sister will pick up arms and start fighting the police, all of are defending him. Fulani people are defending him. But you idiots from the south, from the east, you're talking rubbish about your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe that's your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe there's something in Suya, maybe in Kilishi, and in that cattle that they give to us to eat. There must be something fundamentally wrong with us as a people. Fundamentally wrong with us as a people. And we must confront it. And confront it we shall. These people lecturing us about no secession. You're destroying the country. You people, you Fulani idiots, you Fulani bigots, you Fulani impostors, you Fulani vagabonds are the same people that welcomed the rehabilitation of terrorists. You granted bandits, killers, murderers, and kidnappers amnesty. I want Obia not to listen. I want Tripas to listen. I want Tripas, this idiot, Sarikin Fulani of Imo State, Hope Usadema to listen very, very carefully. You people are fools because you cannot listen very well. The same people you're fighting for, killing your own people because of them, they are the ones rehabilitating, so they claim, putting the army that we have today. Somebody might come and say, you have given the order that the police and the army should be attacked. All those idiots. Some of you fools who cannot reason, we are not attacking any police. We are attacking the terrorists that they brought into the police and into the army. They are the ones killing our people. We must defend ourselves. You fools cannot reason very well. We are not fighting any standing or legally, properly constituted army or police. These are the same Fulani terrorists, murderers and killers. The same people that went in, in Damatru or wherever it is, killing and slaughtering Christians in droves. You fools that cannot reason. The same Boko Haram that has been killing, the same Fulani terrorists have been killing people. They are the ones now in the army. Did you not see them? Recruit them into the army? You're telling me we shouldn't fight them? These are terrorists in police uniform and army uniform. You're saying we should not fight them? Is that what you're saying? Are you that foolish? Are you that stupid? This same Fulani pontificating about peace and unity and anti-secession whatever garbage that they are pouring out of their useless, stinking janjaweed mouths. These same idiots, these same fools are the ones that rehabilitated Boko Haram. So they claim. These fools are the ones that granted amnesty to bandits. Now, let me surprise all of you. Surprise, surprise. Those that are giving amnesty to are Fulani terrorists, Fulani bandits, Fulani kidnappers, Fulani headsmen who are murderers and land-grabbing urchins. These are the people that are giving amnesty to. You people should reason. You zoo animals called Nigerians, reason for once. The hypocrisy in Fulani, their hypocrisy is astonishing. Hypocrites. Fulani, who is responsible for the state of almost anarchy in the zoo, who is responsible for the hopelessness of the security framework of the zoo, Fulani, who is responsible for insecurity, Fulani, who are the bandits, Fulani, who are the terrorists in the zoo, Fulani, which people are going about slaughtering and taking over other people's farmlands. It is you. You people are the problem. Unfortunately, some idiots from the south cannot see it. You wanted to show us that you know how to write grammar, writing rubbish about one Nigeria. You are defending something that is indefensible. Indefensible, you fools. Some smelly rats, some smelly garbage, gutter, alamajiri, gutter. The lowest of the low. If it's one of those of their fools talking, I will even understand. From the gutter. Not contributed one single thing to the advancement of the zoo. Not one single contribution has the Fulani ever made. Tell me one national contribution that the Fulani has ever made to the advancement of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Just name one thing, absolutely nothing.
They want power. Power and control of oil and gas. That's all they need. That's all they want. So they can run your lives for you and control your destiny. And you're not ashamed of yourself to claim that you're educated.
AIG, there are not a few who believe that the pace at which the Interpol International and Interpol Nigeria are working is quite interesting. They point to the fact that Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the proscribed group, IPOB, it didn't take long for them to grab him from the same Kenya and get him down to Nigeria, and he's facing justice now. That's why is this like a case of we're following process, diplomatic channels, etc., etc.
Believe you me, I want to tell you I don't know what you are talking about. All I know...
You seems not to know exactly what we are talking about here.
No. You are bringing an issue that Interpol is not aware of. You know, let me define the role of Interpol so that you can understand. Interpol is an international police organization that assists law enforcement agencies within the 196 countries to look for a fugitive that runs or is hiding. And if you look at all the other fugitives that are brought to face justice in Nigeria, they have the link, those who are involved with Interpol. So I don't know I don't want to talk about issue of Kanu, who brought him back to Nigeria. I'm not aware how he was brought back to Nigeria or how he came into Nigeria. Interpol is not aware. We stated this long time ago, and we made it categorically clear. So it's not a question. There are what we call police-to-police relationship, international police cooperation. Another police, it does not necessarily bring Interpol.
Okay.
If one police and another exchange a suspect is running from them, they can have an international police cooperation that out of the scope of Interpol.
Okay.
But however, if a notice is given to an individual, like blue notices, when the inmates in Kuje prison escaped, we did a biometric capture of those suspects, and we shared it with international communities. We shared it with our law enforcement agencies. Many of them were re-apprehended because we have their biometrics. Now, in the issue of red notice, where a red notice is issued under the federal court that issued that notice of arrest, that is warrant of arrest for such international, it will go to the Interpol, we'll process it, we'll look at it, we'll look at the charges, and then we'll issue a red notice. On that red notice, we bring back the culprit to face justice because all the 196 countries will be looking for that individual.
We'd sincerely like to thank you, retired Assistant Inspector General of Police, Garba Umar, who is currently the Vice President of Interpol Africa Region. Thank you, sir, for coming on the News Hour.
Thank you for having me.
Well, what you must know is that Nnamdi Kanu is being held hostage on behalf of the famed unity of Nigeria. That's what it's all about. It's as simple as that. If you mention his name in certain circles, they don't want to hear it because they feel like he threatens the real estate called Nigeria. And his Igbo makes it worse because Nigeria's DNA hates the Igbo for attempting, in the 60s and, towards the end of the 70s, to leave a country they said is no longer favorable to their existence. But I keep saying, and I will repeat here again, is there any Nigerian out there in their majority who has not mentally seceded from Nigeria? Not many. That's why people are living in droves. Each time you get on a plane leaving this country is full, each time it's coming back, probably full too, but it is those who are coming back to pack their things that are coming back. That's the way I describe it. But the truth is that Nnamdi Kanu has been held hostage. He was abducted from Kenya, extraordinary rendition. The fact that he's kidnapped from Kenya could not be explained shows that any judicial pronouncement or processes after that is null and void. You cannot go and kidnap somebody and bring them before a court. And the courts have made it very clear, even up to the Supreme Court, that he did not jump bail. It was the military that went to his house to kill people, and then he escaped. And now you have brought him back. You ought to respect and restore his bail. That's what I told his lawyers. Why are you applying for bail again? Because the Supreme Court made all the pronouncements except releasing him. And I think it was because they were afraid. And that's why I say he's a hostage to this country. And like you rightly said, there are other people who have made even more egregious pronouncements and fought and carried arms in this country. And you have not treated them the same way because they're not Nnamdi Kanu's, their name does sound East. And I'm not here to fetish being able. But the reality is that they are not treated fairly. And Nnamdi Kanu is part of the reason why that is clear to everybody.
Right.
And by the way, I must also reveal here that there are some Igbo elites who are behind this. Whenever there's a crime of conspiracy against freedom fighters, there are people inside and outside who are working together.
ụfọdụ nọ n'ụzọ ije ha anaghị alọta ụlọ ọzọ nne na nna wee na-ata ahụhụ wee na-ata ikikere eze nwaanyị kunye ka ọ gụọ ubi ga arụ ọrụ Fulani chiri ehi bata ebe ala ihe niile n'iyi okwu ebepụ ya isi anyị bụ ka anyị kpọkụ onye nwaanyị n'ugwu Awụsa ahụ ejide anyị wee gbuo ihe ọ bụ anyị mara aka n'ime ha si na ka ha ga n'ihu elekwa ọdụ ụgbọ mmiri n'igwe ọcha bụ ememiri agha nke dị na Kalaba otu aka ahụ anyị na-ala nsọ ebe Biafra bụ ndị kọstọm sokwenye anyị n'etiti anyị anọghị n'ime mmiri kama kọstọm juru ebe niile ha wee na-ata anyị ahụhụ anyị kwe kwesịpụta anyị ka kpọchie anyị kwe kwesịpụta anyị ka gbagbuo anyị onye nwe anyị na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe bụ ụzọ dị anya ka isi wee hụ ndị iro anyị n'anya wee karịa ndị nke gị akwa anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke Akọba anyị ka anyị na-aza. Akọba anyị na-aza Ikechukwu. Akọba anyị na-aza Amara Chineke. Akọba anyị na-aza Chisom. Akọba anyị na-aza Chizoba. Nna nke dị nsọ onye ime eluigwe dịka otu onye obi na anyị bụ ụmụ gị. Bịa ka iwe zọpụta anyị. Bịa ka iwe napụta anyị n'aka ọjọọ ihe. Bịa ka iwe lụọrọ anyị ọgụ. Bịa ka iwe tịtụ ozu. Ọ bụ ọkọwa mgbe m milere Goliath. Chineke nna nke igwe ruo ememila Fero sikwa otu a mee ka Fero gbagụzọ n'ihu ụmụ ndị anyị ga-ebi ka o wee taa akọkọ ikuni ọtọ ọzọ. Ị ga na-edu anyị n'ụzọ niile nke ezi omume. Ọ bụla adịghị na anyị na-aga ndagwurugwu onyinye ọnwụ. Ọ bụ bụ nwa bụ ekekere eluigwe n'ụwa onye ọbụla kere gị nweghị mmalite nweghị ọgwụgwụ kama anyị onwe anyị bụ anọkwa ahụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ n'ezie kama marakwa na okwu gị na-anọgide ego mgbe ebighị ebi. Ọ bụ ya mere anyị ji were gị n'anya isi anyị wee na-asị nna nke dị nsọ bịa ka iwe gosi anyị Biafra na ndụ na-abụghị n'ọnwụ. Bịa ka iwe mee ka ebe gị na amara gị wee kpuchiri anyị ka uwe. Bịa ka iwe zọpụta ndị nke gị. Bịa ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ka anyị na-ewetụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'aha gị onye bụ Chukwu nke abịa ma.
I don't know if this is happening. What is happening here is wow. It's I'm having issue with my system. What is wrong with this? Welcome, dear friends. Welcome. We must continue. We must continue this evening because you can see that my system is giving me a hell lot of problem. But we must continue. We must continue. Welcome, dear friends. Welcome, lovers of freedom all over the world. I welcome each and every one of you this evening here on this program, here on this platform, IPOB Western Cape Media TV. As I welcome you, I want you to welcome others. Welcome your friends, welcome your family, welcome all of us of freedom that you know. This evening, the enemies are fighting that this program will not go on, but I said that it must go on. I said that this program must go on this evening. Must. The enemies are fighting. My system just developed issues now, and that is why I'm using my cell phone. I want you to bear with us. Let us just try to do what we have to do. We're not going to submit to whatever that is fighting us this evening. So I welcome you, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom. As I welcome you, I want you to welcome others. I want you to welcome your friends, your family, your relatives, and welcome all of us of freedom
wherever they are this evening, because we are here again to continue our fight for our freedom, continue our fight to dismantle the Zoological Republic. So I welcome each and every one of you this evening here. And I want you to know that this is IPOB Western Cape Media TV. Here, as you already know, we are not here for propaganda. We are not here for frivolities, things that does not make sense. We are here for the restoration of Biafra. We are here to contribute our effort, our quota, to the continuous effort for the restoration of the sovereign state of Biafra. So I welcome each and every one of you this evening here on this platform. And before I go on, I want you to know that this is IPOB Western Cape Media TV. Here we speak nothing but the truth. We are without fear or favor. We are fearless before our enemies. We are not here to represent any individual, but to represent and to defend our fatherland, Biafra. Because for us, it is Biafra today, tomorrow, and forever. If you are offended by our resolve, we have no apologies for that. MAZI is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB worldwide, and his position is incontestable. IPOB is here to restore Biafra, and we are not going to be swayed until Biafra is restored. Welcome to IPOB Western Cape Media TV, saying it the way it is. Yes, here we are fearless before our enemies. Here we say it the way it is. Truth is our hallmark. We cannot do without saying the truth. It is it runs in our blood, and we shall continue to say the truth irrespective of the cost. So I welcome you this evening, fellow Biafrans, and I bring you greetings, lovers of freedom, from my coordinator, MAZI Innocent Alia. MAZI Innocent Alia is the IPOB Western Cape coordinator. We don't have any other but one coordinator in the person of MAZI Innocent Alia. The US, we have infiltrators, we have imposters, those who are parading themselves about. So I want you to be careful so you don't fall victim. We have one coordinator. According to the IPOB Code of Conduct, we have but only one coordinator representing IPOB zone. So I want you to know that, and I bring you greetings from the coordinators of this zone. I bring you greetings from the executive of this zone. Thank you for joining us this evening. I want you to know that men are working, men are doing everything possible to make sure that Biafra is restored. Men are fighting day and night with their money, with their sweat, with everything that you can mention to make sure that Biafra is restored. Open up here, this slide. So, I welcome you all. My name is MAZI Onyebuchi. I am your host, and by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abema Premihenine, I am the Parklands Unit Coordinator. I say to you, fellow Biafrans, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Some of you depend where you are watching me from this evening. Welcome each and every one of you to this program this evening as we continue in our effort to dismantling the Zoological Republic. We continue in our effort to exposing their evil against the children of God. So I thank you for joining me this evening. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your effort to be here this evening. And I say to you, we will never take anything for granted. So I thank you for joining me this evening in this program. Yes, we have something that made us to come live this evening. Something that is very, very important to us. If you go to the topic of this program, you will at least understand where we are going this evening. A lot of things has happened and a lot are still happening. And the way we continue to expose the plans of the evil ones against our struggle, against our people, against our leader, and every one of us. You know, I want to remind us that our leader will be appearing in court this month on the 19th and on the 20th. He will be appearing in court again for them to continue their shenanigans. But we have promised them that we are not going to back out. We are not going to back out. We are not going to step back a bit. But one thing we promise them is that this battle, they will never win it. Never. They will never win this battle. You see this battle, they will never win. Binta Nyako will never win. The AGF will never win. The Yoruba people will never win. All of them that have ganged up against the children of Chukwu Okike will never win this battle. This battle is in the hands of Chukwu Okike, and he has given us victory. So we continue. I want you to remind you that this week, on the 19th and on the 20th, our leader will be appearing in court. So I want you to get ready, prepare your mind, prepare yourself. If you believe whatever you believe on, call upon it, so that Chukwu Okike will take absolute control on that day, because we always believe that on every court case is an opportunity to gain freedom. So we continue to believe, we continue to hope, we continue to keep faith, even though we know that Zonotso Republic is an animal kingdom, but animal country, but it will never stop us from believing, because Chukwu Okike holds all powers. Everything is in his hand. So he has given us victory already. So bear it in mind that on the 19th and on the 20th, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu will be appearing before Binta Nyako again. Now, I want to. There was a press release today from MAZI Nnamdi Kanu lawyers, legal team, from his legal team, and they released a press release. You know what we do in this program is to always bring with all this news to you, so that you know, because some of us don't even know when our leaders legal team release a press release, and I hope I will be able to see it, because I'm having issue with my this thing. But before I go there, today there was a very news broke out today that MAZI Nnamdi Kanu escaped from what's it called? From what's it called? DSS, yeah. The news broke today. So when that news broke, a lot of confusion. But it was the handiwork of the enemies of Biafra. They want to cause confusion. But we assure them that MAZI Nnamdi Kanu don't have any reason to escape from DSS dungeon. So MAZI Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Barrister Aloy Ejimakor, made a tweet about it. He twisted and he debunked that lies from the agent of zoo, Zoological Republic. So MAZI Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer made this. So, but Aloy Ejimakor debunked it. So he wrote, Aloy Ejimakor, the lead counsel of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, on Friday denied reports that the agitator escaped from his holding facility at the Department of State Services, DSS Abuja. Ejimakor was reacting to claims that Kanu had escaped from prison. From custody, to say. Speaking with Daily Post, Ejimakor said, "It's not true. I will be visiting him today by 2 p.m. Kanu is responsible and courageous freedom fighter, and he is determined to stay put to fight the injustice within the system, not outside of it. He is too big to contemplate the options of escaping." Efforts by Daily Post to reach the SS spokesperson, Peter Afunanya, were not successful as he did not pick calls, and text messages sent to his phone were not replied. It was reported that the IPOB leader escaped from the DSS custody with his case file on Thursday. The reports captioned "Breaking News: Nnamdi Kanu escaped from DSS custody with case file," said, according to reliable sources, Kanu's escape was executed with meticulous planning and precision, catching the authorities off guard. Details surrounding the escape remain murky, with speculations ranging from insider assistance to external support. So this was the news, and I didn't see is it tabular feed? That is the people that release the fake news. So my people, Biafrans, it was a total fake news. Like Barrister Aloy Ejimakor has said, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu had no reason escaping the useless Zoological Republic DSS because he doesn't have any case at all. He has never committed any offense that warrant. They wanted to paint that picture, like Bintayaku would always insist. Oh, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu escaped, John Bay. MAZI Nnamdi Kanu ran away from being prosecuted and other stuff. So they brought this fake news to make it look as if MAZI Nnamdi Kanu have any intention escaping from DSS dungeon. He has never. MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, that we all know, can never run away, even if the door is being thrown open and ask him to escape, he will never. MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is not a weak person. He doesn't have, in fact, there is nothing to escape for. He knows that he's going to win this Zoological Republic. So what is he escaping for? So that was a fake news coming from the enemies of the struggle. And that news was that broke today was a total distraction. And I thank God that Barrister Aloy Ejimakor was spontaneous. He debunked it. So it is nothing but pure propaganda. Pure fake news. Do not take it serious. Do not take it to heart. MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is still there in DSS dungeon, and his coming out there will not be through escaping. So I want you to know. So today, like Barrister Marcos said, that he will be visiting MAZI Nnamdi Kanu today. Yes, he later went to visit MAZI Nnamdi Kanu in DSS dungeon. So as you know, after the visit, he made a press release. And we are going to be looking at that press release to know what he has to say about it. So now I'm going to be reading it. This news broke this evening also. So the news read, it says the legal team of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has raised the alarm that Nigerian Secret Police, the Department of State Services, DSS, has denied the team access to Kanu to prepare him for the trial selected for 19th June and 20th of June. So today again, if they denied MAZI Nnamdi Kanu's legal team access to meet with him again, and if you remember, on the 19th and on the 20th, according to them, their shambolic trial will be commencing. But the person that is going to face that trial, they don't have access to his lawyers. So for you to understand where the whole thing is going. So let us continue reading. The legal team said this on Friday after it was at the DSS headquarters, saying such denial was in flagrant disregard to the orders of the court and in desperate effort to frustrate every prospect of fair trial for MAZI Kanu. The legal team disclosed this in a statement issued on Friday after it was denied access to meet with the IPOB leader, who has been in detention since June 2021 after he was renditioned to Nigeria from Kenya. Titled, as the hearing date draws near, the DSS continues to hinder Nnamdi Kanu's right to fair trial. And signed by Aloy Ejimako Esquire for the legal team. The team described the disobedience of a subsitting court order by the DSS as symbolic of what has become an executive self-indictment of the trial that the government itself and the court insist must take place. As the next hearing or trial of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu's case, scheduled for 19th and 20th of June 2024, looms close, the State Security Services DSS continues on its infamous path of frustrating every prospect of fair trial for MAZI Kanu, the statement noted. Today, being 14th June 2024, the DSS once again exhibited its vested disrespect for judicial pronouncements when it, in disobedience of court order, refused MAZI Kanu's legal team to meet with him as a team or together to prepare him for the said hearing stroke trial commencing on 19th June. I told you before that MAZI Kanu will be appearing in court on the 19th and 20th, and that should be the commencement of the infamous trial, or rather, the commencement of the persecution of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, because it's a total persecution, not a prosecution. So they insisted that he must remain in DSS dungeon. Binta Nyako insisted that MAZI Nnamdi Kanu must remain under that torture while his trial is going on. Bintanyaku decided not to obey, or not to carry out the instructions by the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Bintanyaku has placed herself above the Supreme Court. So Bintanyaku insists that she will never restore the bail of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu according to the directive given by the Supreme Court of Nigeria. So Bintanyaku insisted that MAZI Nnamdi Kanu must remain in DSS custody while the trial is going on, but she gave directives to DSS that they should provide a clean room devoid of what's it called? Speaker or any kind of instrument by the DSS. She also told DSS to allow MAZI Nnamdi Kanu's legal teams to visit him as a team, at least 5 of them at a time. These are the instructions given by the court during the last court appearance of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. But the DSS refused to carry out that order. So today, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu's legal team went to visit him again. DSS bounced them. DSS bounced them again today. So now the legal team is trying to alert the world that the Nigerian DSS is in disobedience or to court order. So if you remember, there is a lawsuit against DSS DG, which I used the other time when I came live here. I was telling you that yes, it was a good movement. It was a good step towards a good direction. But I believe that whatever the DG of the DSS is doing, he is not alone. It is a total instructions that he is carrying out. That instruction is coming from the Yoruba government. The Yoruba government of the Zoological Republic. The Yoruba government are the ones who is instructing this DG of the DSS. So you going to sue him is just mezuonu ahiri okunda. We know that it's not going to yield any positive fruit, and we know that the court is handicapped when it comes to this kind of matters. So, but like I said before, it is good that the MAZI Nnamdi Kanu's legal team are putting in everything in their possession, every weapon, every pressure, whatever. So it is good, but we are not expecting anything positive. So now we continue to read. It says, DSS insisted that members of the legal team, including the undersigned counsel, must meet with MAZI Nnamdi Kanu separately, or we must leave the premises. Did you hear that? DSS said, you are not going to visit MAZI Nnamdi Kanu as a team. If you will not visit him individually, you guys must leave the premises. So they sent MAZI Nnamdi Kanu's legal team out of the premises. So the legal team continued. It says, for this reason, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu's team of lawyers left DSS facility without seeing him, a situation that will surely complicate the hearing on the 19th June. This latest disobedience of a subsisting court order by the DSS is symbolic of what has become an executive self-indictment of the trial that the government itself and the court insists must take place. The legal team warned that they will resist any trial that is against the tenets of the Constitution, wondering why the Attorney General and the Minister for Justice, AGF, still bent on prosecuting the case when the government could not obey a simple court order that is directly geared to giving them the trial they so much desire. If they do not obey a simple court order that is directly geared to giving them the trial that they so much desire, why then is the AGF still bent on prosecuting the case? Are we to believe that it is only a sham trial that they secretly desire? To be sure, it is impossible to prosecute a case without having the ingredients of a fair hearing in place. These antics are further evidence that the case against MAZI Nnamdi Kanu has no merit. Hence, the reason every avenue for a fair hearing is being blocked. If the AGF, through the DSS, are apprehensive of the fair consequences of a fair trial, then they need to do the needful by discontinuing this case without further ado. Otherwise, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu and his legal team will resist any trial that is against the tenets of the Constitution, the team insisted. So that is it. That was from the legal team of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. So they are insisting that MAZI Nnamdi Kanu must be given that right to fair hearing. You cannot deny him access to his legal team, and you're talking about trial. You know, the Nigerian government has no case against MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. It has been proven beyond every reasonable doubt that Nigerian government has no case against MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. That is why they are using the tactics of delay. That is why they found it difficult to make available the materials that MAZI Nnamdi Kanu needs to prepare himself for this trial. That is why MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is the one pushing and begging them to provide him his right to fair trial so that the trial may commence. But they keep the Yoruba government. The Yoruba government continues to show their wickedness, their hatred for Ndi Igbo. It is nothing but pure wickedness. You release Sunday Igboho. What are you waiting for? Why is Sunday Igboho released and MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is not released? Why is Sowore, the case against Sowore, dropped? But MAZI Nnamdi Kanu's case is not, the government does not want to listen. The other day, the bandits, commander of the bandit, the terrorist himself, was released by the Yoruba government. But as usual, out of their hatred for Ndi Igbo, Yoruba people is hell-bent in setting the Zoological Republic on fire. That is it. The same hatred in the heart of Awolowo is the same hatred you see today playing out in this issue of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu and the current Yoruba government. Tinubu is a wicked man. He hates Ndi Igbo. He has proven it that he hates Ndi Igbo. That is why he refused to let MAZI Nnamdi Kanu go. Even though MAZI Nnamdi Kanu did not do anything, Tinubu is not ready to let him go because he hates Igbo. That is what Tinubu is doing. Now, let me bring, where is this news again? Didn't I bring it here? There is another news that broke today. Okay, now, where is it? Where is it? Okay. Here is it. This news also broke today. This one is Vanguard newspaper. No. Pardon me. Now, what is this? Is this where is this news? Okay, here it is. The news says Niger Delta communities right Tinubu demands Nnamdi Kanu's release. Today, this news broke. Association of Niger Delta communities has written to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, urging him to release the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. The association, in a letter dated 13th June and jointly signed by its president, Issa Muhammad Obiri, and secretary, Wisdom Otei, argued that Kanu was only advocating equitable distribution of Niger Delta resources and committed no crime to warrant his continued incarceration. According to the association, Kanu concerns are shared by other citizens of the region, hence he has the support of other Niger Delta citizens. A copy of the letter cited by Vanguard in Umuahia read, "We are writing to you on behalf of the Association of Niger Delta Upland Communities and the concerned citizens to urgently request the liberation of our Igbo Biafran brother and activist MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, who is presently detained by peacefully advocating for the just distribution of natural resources in our regions. This individual has not violated any law and is simply exercising his right to demand what is rightfully belong to us. We beseech the government to release this activist and engage in a dialogue to address his concerns, which are shared by many of us. The association cautioned that continued detention of Kanu against growing appeals for his release could ultimately lead to unrest in the region. Failing to do so may only exacerbate tensions, potentially leading to unrest and public demonstrations. We sincerely believe that through dialogue and mutual understanding, a resolution can be achieved that benefits all parties involved. We respectively urge the government to take the necessary steps to release MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, the esteemed activist, within the next 14 days for the betterment of our regions and the nation as a whole. We are confident that by taking these actions, we can prevent further unrest and progress towards a peaceful resolution of the current situation. But your inability to release our leader MAZI Nnamdi Kanu will unravel what will shock the whole world. We, the Niger Delta upland communities, will expose the high and mighty. We have faith in your leadership and dedication to upholding justice and fairness for all citizens. Your prompt response to this issue will not only showcase your commitment to the rule of law, but also foster unity and harmony within our society. Yes, this was coming from the Niger Delta community, whatever, upland. So they gave the Yoruba government 14 days to release MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. That is what they gave the Yoruba government. But I know that Yoruba government is not going to listen, because for them, anything that can destroy Onyibo, they are in for it. The Niger Delta gave him only 14 days to release MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, or else there will be a very big shock coming to Nigeria. So this Niger Delta upland community threatened that if MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is not released, there will be a very big price to pay. So that is what are the news that we see today concerning MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. So all these news you see are coming to you. You know, we are bringing you all this news so you understand where we are going. Now, after that being said, I want to play a video for you. Let me play a video for you. Because when this video came out, the Zoological Republic denied that this man, listen, this man said something. Listen. I don't want to. That was what we just listened to was what's it called? A police officer crying. Now, when he said this thing last, I think, few days ago, so many Zoological Republic people came to debunk it. Now, today, a news broke again. Now, I'm going to read this news by Sahara reporters. In confirmation of what this police officer had just said. Now, it says, the headline said, powerful Nigeria aided release of bandits who confessed to killing people after their arrest with weapons in Zamfara. This time around by the governor of Zamfara State. Remember, the first one was from a police officer, a high-ranking police officer. Today, this one is coming from the governor of Zamfara State. I just want you people to understand what is happening, what is going on in the so-called that Zoological Republic. That police officer said that it has become a business in the north where lawmakers are involved, chairmen of local government are involved in banditry. High-ranking northern individuals, politicians are involved. And what do you expect when the what's it called, the vice president of a country is a terrorist? What do you expect? Shetima is a terrorist. He's the vice president of Zoological Republic. So what do you expect? Today, terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, and everything has become a business, a very lucrative business in Zoological Republic. So now, today, after that police officer made that confession, or rather made that statement, the governor of Zamfara State seconded it. Today, let us read what the Zamfara State governor said in regards to this terrorism going on in the northern Nigeria. Now, the Sahara reporter said the governor of Zamfara State, Dauda Lawal, has lamented that some powerful people in the government are backing terrorists in the country. You know, when they said powerful people, you think they don't know. It is Shetima, the vice president of Nigeria. Shetima is a known terrorist. He's known by all that he's known by all that Shetima is a terrorist. But do you know why? Zoological Republic people made him their vice president. Today, they are paying the price for their evil intentions. Now, I continue to read. The governor stated that while speaking at the Zamfara State High Court of Justice, narrating how some terrorists arrested by his government were released on bail by the court in Abuja despite making confession. Remember, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS dungeon. MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. MAZI Nnamdi Kanu has Nigerian government committed crime against MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, but Nigerian government refused to release MAZI Nnamdi Kanu after series of calls by the world powers, by the politicians in the Zoological Republic, by the traditional rulers, and today by the Niger Delta upland communities. Nigeria, the Tinubu government refused to let MAZI Nnamdi Kanu go. But today, a governor of a state in the north has come out to cry and lament that after arresting terrorists and handing them over to the court for prosecution, the next thing court will do is to grant them bail and release them, even after they have confessed to committing acts of terrorism. These guys have confessed that they are the ones that committed all the terrorism that you can ever think about. But what you should ask yourself is, why would a court still grant such person bail to go out and continue committing the act of terrorism against the masses, against the innocent people? Is to tell you, is to confirm what that police officer said, that terrorism, that banditry and terrorism has become a business for the mighty, for the high and mighty in the northern Nigeria. But when you come down to the east, when you hear them talking about insecurity, talk about insecurity in the east, you will think that it is bad. You think that it's so bad. But here is a sitting governor crying for help. The governor stated while speaking at the Zamfara State High Court of Justice, narrating how some terrorists arrested by his government were released on bail by the court in Abuja, despite making confession. He said the arrested terrorists had confessed to buying many residents and were caught with guns and other weapons. He said after their arrest, his government handed them over to the appropriate authorities for prosecution. However, the governor said he was sad when he realized some powerful people in government were backing the criminals, which made the court to release them on bail. He said, we arrested the bandits and they confessed that they eyed people and had weapons in their hands. We handed them over to the authorities and they were taken to court, the governor said. He continued, however, we received the news yesterday that they were granted bail in Abuja. They had already freed them. There is assurance that if they bring them to court, they will be freed. What will happen to you? What will happen to you will happen to people closer to you and your loved ones, and you will be watching. If I don't perform my role as a governor, God will ask, and God will be angry with me. We will arrest bandits, and someone sitting in his house will order that they should be released. Who knows who will be the next victim of banditry? Meanwhile, just last week, the police commissioner in the state, Muhammad Dalijan, announced the arrest of a member of the State House of Assembly and a former local government chairman in connection with banditry in the state. That was the video I just played for you. Dalijan stated this last Wednesday while hosting the officer in charge of the counter-terrorism unit under the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, Thomas Parker, at the command headquarters in Goshua, the state capital. The commissioner, however, failed to reveal the names of the lawmaker and former council boss arrested in connection with the crime. That is it. They will never. How could it's not possible? They can't reveal the secret now. All of them are indeed in it together. All of them are in it. All of them are in it together. He can never expose them. He only, all these things are takia. All these things are to deceive you. You think that they meant well. No, all of them are together in this. They are together. So don't be deceived. They can never mention their names. They can never mention their names. So, fellow Biafrans, I have brought this news to you this evening. I have other things I wanted to do, but because of the problem that I have this evening, I'll have to keep it here. Yeah, I have to end it here. When I rectify this issue with my laptop, I will come live. I will come live again. But for now, we are going to end this program right here, right now. So let us await my return. Thank you so much for your time this evening. Thank you for joining me. Even though we have a very bad day today, but it's going to be rectified. Thank you for joining me, fellow Biafrans. It's like I always say, we appreciate your time. We appreciate you. Thank you for always making it as a duty to be with us. And I will be coming your way again. Maybe if I could rectify this, because I have other news I want us to look into. So if I could rectify it, then I'll be live again tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be live again tomorrow. So I thank you for joining me this evening. From here, it is. Sorry for that.